If you have solar panels on your roof, your balcony, or in your garden, whether you have traditional panels or plug-and-play ones, or if you lack any of that. But if you're looking for an all-in-one system to produce and store your electricity, this video will interest you. Hi everyone, it's Julian Malara. Today I'm introducing the SolarFlow Hyper from ZENDURE. It's an all-in-one solar panel system that will allow you to produce electricity and store it. And beyond that, it's a pretty revolutionary product that goes much further in many ways than what the competition offers. So, I can't wait to show it to you. This product serves two main purposes. The first is if you're looking for an all-in-one system to produce your electricity, and the second is if you already have panels and you're just looking for batteries. We'll cover how to install the entire system in both cases and, most importantly, the potential energy savings. The SolarFlow Hyper consists of three parts, with the Hyper 2000 at the top. It's a hub and an inverter that can accommodate 4 panels for a total power of 1,800 watts. You can actually go up to 2,000 watts since inverters have about a 10% margin of acceptance. Here's the first part. Now the second part. It's the AB 1000 or AB 2000 battery with 0.96 kW or 1.92 kW capacity. And you can stack up to 4 of them to have a maximum storage of 7.68 kilowatts. And the third part is a smart meter, the Shelly, which we'll install in our electrical panel. With a clamp meter, it can accurately monitor our home's real-time consumption. The first use case is if you don't have any solar panel system at home and you want to produce part of your electricity, but without calling a professional. So with an all-in-one system that's simple to install, I told you earlier, the system can handle 1,800 W of solar panels, so that's 4 panels behind me. And when you have 7 power outputs, I recommend installing about 3 AB 2000 batteries to have a total storage of 5.76 kilovolt. That's the right production to storage ratio. I can leave this system completely outside since it's IP65, which means it's resistant to rain. It can handle temperatures from -20 degrees to +50 degrees. If I recall, ZENDURE still suggests placing it against your house. A small roof cover can help protect it so it doesn't, whether it's always in direct sunlight or heavy rain, it will still last longer. It can be used both outdoors and indoors. Next, I'm going to put the Hyper 2000 right at the top, and that's where I'll be able to connect my 4 solar panels. There are 4 rear inputs. You can use panels from any brand. For example, these are panels from Anker, the competition. It also works well with ZENDURE panels, if available, which are also excellent. I already have plenty in my garden, so I didn't need to buy more. The batteries can be recharged at a power of 1,200 watts, but when you put several batteries together, the power increases up to 1,600 watts. Let's say my 4 panels generate 1,800 watts. Only 1,600 can go into the batteries, 200 must go to my house. Next, we install the Shelly smart meter in our electrical panel. You see, we're going to power it with electrical wires. Connects directly to a 10 amp circuit breaker, which along with the wires are not included. You can connect to a nearby breaker in your panel, but some setup is still required. It's not super simple. You have the clamp meter that you put on the incoming electrical line to know in real time how much electricity your house is using. Once this installation is done, you go to the Shelly app and add a device. There, you will detect the Shelly directly via Bluetooth. You connect it to your home's Wi-Fi. And you see now it's in my app. We go to the ZENDURE app in the profile, then to Shelly services. My account is already connected, but you'll be able to connect yours. And since the Shelly and the SolarFlow Hyper are on the same Wi-Fi network, then you'll have both of them connecting together. And on the Hyper system, you'll need to go into Energy Plan and say that you want smart control. So, that means the battery will send to the house exactly what it needs, which will actually have been detected by the Shelly meter. There are other modes too. In allocation mode, you select how much to send to the house each hour. Not very interesting if you have the Shelly system. And the last one is based on the electricity price. So you can enter, for example, how much you pay during peak hours and how much you pay during off-peak hours. And the system If it needs to buy electricity, will buy it when it's cheap, and it will give it back to you when energy is more expensive. We'll see more in the video later. Is it interesting? Not really, but that's it. In any case, our Shelly is connected, and now the battery will send exactly what the house is consuming. To finish, my panels are properly connected at the back of my system, so I can plug into any outlet outside my house, and that will power all the devices inside. Thanks to the Shelly, as you understood, the system with a Hyper 2003 AB2000 batteries plus the Shelly costs 3,196 euros. To that, you add about 1,000 euros to get 4 nice solar panels without an inverter, and you have a complete system for 4,200 euros. That's a lot of money, but you'll see it's quickly paid off. According to the Photovoltaic Geographical Information System website, 1.8 kilobits of solar panels at my location should generate about 2,160 kilowatt of electricity annually. Most solar panels are guaranteed to deliver 85% of their peak power after 25 years. ZENDURE batteries come with a 10-year guarantee and a 15-year lifespan. Since I buy electricity at 25 cents per kilowatt in the first year, I should save about 540 euros on energy. And then a little more each year, because the price of electricity increases by about 4% per year. So, if I take all that into account, this system should save me about 4,400 euros after 7 years. The system is paid off, plus nearly 11,000 euros after 15 years. Another way to see it, over 15 years, this 4,200 euro system generates about 31,000 kilowatt. So, it's like buying each kilowatt at 13.5 euro cents instead of 25, 30 or 40 over the next 15 years. And what if my house uses more than 2,160 kilowatt per year? I can install up to 3 SolarFlow hyper systems, and they will automatically work together to make my house more and more self-sufficient. I can plug my systems into any outlet, and the ZENDURE app automatically creates a ZenLink ecosystem. Combining multiple systems also increases power, since, in single phase, a Hyper 2000 can deliver up to 1,200 W to your home, 2 Hypers can deliver 2,400 W, and 3 Hypers can deliver up to 3,000 W. So, while this kit won't make you fully self-sufficient or off-grid, it can easily supply 80–90% of your electricity needs. And maybe you already have solar panels, and what you're missing isn't a whole system, it's just the batteries. And now the second use case. Now let's move on to the second use case. This is the case where you already have panels on your roof or plug-and-play panels in your garden that produce electricity. The problem is that it doesn't necessarily produce when you're consuming, or it produces more than what you're consuming. So, you need a battery, and in this case, the system can meet that need. For now, if you don't have a battery when you produce too much electricity compared to what you consume, well, you simply send that surplus back to the Enedis grid for free. Unless you have a contract with Électricité de France or another electricity provider. In that case, you can sell your kWh for 11 to 14 cents. Whether you sell your electricity or not, this system remains very interesting. Especially because you can place it anywhere, outside or inside the house. And why can you place it anywhere in the house? Because it has passive cooling, this system makes no noise, and it doesn't even need to be ventilated. So, you can put it in a closet without any problem. This system's innovation is the Shelly device installed in your electrical meter. Well, the system will not only detect your home's consumption, but also how much electricity you send back to the grid. For example, if your panels generate 1,000 watts and your house uses only 200. The Shelly will detect that you are sending 800 watts back and will instead decide to charge the battery with those 800 watts, rather than returning them for free or selling them. If you don't have a resale contract, it's a game changer. It really allows you to make your solar panels profitable. The system with 4 batteries, 7.68 kWh, costs 4,000 euros and is guaranteed for 6,000 charge cycles at 70%. So, the system will be able to deliver 6,000 times 70% of 7.68 kWh. That means 32,256 kWh over 15 years, or about 2,150 kWh on each year. If I use my table with a 4% yearly electricity price increase, I can estimate this battery. It will let me save around 4,459 euros in 7 years and 11,353 euros in 15 years. But if you already have a resale contract, we need to do a slightly different calculation to see if it's really profitable. A 4,000 euro battery provides 32,256 kilowatt, so each kilowatt costs 12.4 cents. Basically, it's like you're buying your electricity from your battery for 12.4 cents over the next 15 years. If we sell electricity at 11 cents to providers like JPME and buy it back at 25 cents, it's like our kW will cost us 14 cents. During off-peak hours, or if you sell to Électricité de France at 14 cents, that's about 11-12 cents per kWh. So with the system from ZENDURE, it's kind of like having a resale contract. If every year suppliers buy back electricity from us at a slightly higher price because they sell it back to us at a higher price. Imagine in 5 years you're still selling surplus electricity at 11 or 14 cents, but buying it at 30 or 40 cents. In that case, it's still better to keep the battery than sell it. The price of the battery is guaranteed, let's say, but the price of electricity from Électricité de France, not so much. For those with electricity plans where prices change significantly by time of day, when I say a lot, I mean over 12 cents, ZENDURE's solution is also really interesting for you. On the app, you'll be able to choose how the battery charges. You go to Energy Plan. As we saw, allocation and intelligence are handled by the Shelly meter, but you can also select the electricity price. Here, actually, you'll be able to ask your battery to buy electricity when the price is low and to use the electricity you've stored when the price goes up. Basically, you're doing energy trading, but that's mainly interesting when you have a subscription that really fluctuates from hour to hour, which is based on the spot price of electricity. In France, I think we have very few electricity subscriptions like that. It's much more common abroad. In conclusion, ZENDURE's SolarFlow Hyper is a highly interesting product, especially because compared to the competition, it can send 1,200, 2,400 or even 3,000 watts into your house. For example, we tested Anker's solar bank, which was also excellent but limited to 800 watts. My house often used 1,500 to 2,000 watts. My batteries, even if they were full, could only send me 800 and I had to buy the rest. Now with this system, I can be much more resilient. The second big advantage of this system is that it can store energy from any of your solar panels. Let me explain. In traditional systems, you connect 4 panels to 4 inputs, and the battery stores energy from those panels. If your network has a 5th, 6th, or 7th panel, the battery usually won't recharge. Connect your battery to your home's network to store energy from 8, 12, or even 15 panels. In fact, it's unlimited. All the surplus electricity you produce from any of your panels will be stored in this product. And it's quite a unique innovation on the market right now. In summary, this system won't let you be fully self-sufficient since you must stay connected to the grid. A power outage doesn't always take over. Even with 3 units, the system sends only 3,000 watts to your house. If you use more than that, you'll still need to draw some power from the grid occasionally. And then the battery capacity isn't big enough. So you can be self-sufficient in any situation, even in winter. However, for major energy savings, it's one of the best systems available today. I want to thank you for watching this video. Until the end, I hope you learned something from it. If you have more questions, leave them in the comments. See you soon on the channel. Julian Malara. Bye.